Hello all, this is Raghu Narasimha presenting the project for Course 3 Human AI Collaboration, part of AI Product Management Specialization. In this project, we will cover the following topics: task analysis, where we will describe the problem, perform a basic task analysis, drawing insights as to how to simplify the task flow and improve the user's experience with the task. Next major topic is about user experience design considerations, where we will understand and explain user interaction with the proposed solution. We'll also describe the approach to each of the following key considerations of AI product user experience design, mainly user inputs and any feedback loops, transparency on the model, communicating uncertainty. Then, moving on, we will address the privacy considerations, where we will explain any privacy related concerns stemming from the data collected and the use of that data in an AI system. We'll also describe which privacy laws are applicable to the product and the obligations they created. Finally, we will discuss about ethical considerations, identify any potential source of bias, and also explain how the product will meet the three goals of the ethical AI, which is fairness, accountability, and transparency. Let's start with task analysis. The problem statement for the task analysis is about the user applying for a personal installment loan on the bank website or mobile application. Here, we will optimize process of validating a new user who has no relationship with the bank by determining eligibility for personal installment loan offer and thereby converting to a customer of the bank. Let's walk through this whole flow. The trigger point is a new user creates an account via online or mobile. The next step, the action is about check if the user is current bank customer, and we will use tools such as a master customer database to validate that. And as a decision, we will open up the welcome page and link to the personal installment loan application site. The next step, the action defined will be to check if the user is eligible for the personal installment loan. This is done via one of the backend tool of customer eligibility tool. Next step, we will also look into the appropriate loan terms and applicable interest based on the user profile who is applying for the loan. This is done through a tool which is in the background called credit assessment tool. And a decision will be displayed for the user, clearly showing what the maximum amount that can be financed as personal installment loan and applicable interest rate. Once the user accepts, this will be converted as an enrollment for the as a bank customer and create new accounts associated for this user. This is done through a backend tool called new customer engagement enrollment tool. So the final objective is to ensure and enroll new bank customer with this PIL offer or personal installment loan offer. That covers the task analysis process flow. Next, moving on, we will look into the user experience design. Under this, we will cover main topics such as user inputs and feedback loops, where we will make sure that the user creates an account by providing legally verifiable data, and it will be a proactive session where It will be verified, all the user data will be verified in real time. It will also be enabled by providing inputs such as verifying address and also social security number and details such like those. So this will not only be an interactive session, but it will also give a constant feedback loop between the bank application as well as the user. Next, we will address the transparency related issues. Uh, s- this is very important as the application or the tool will be capturing sensitive data such as date of birth, social security number values. So it is very important to inform the user about the security measures in place to protect the user data, thereby increasing the confidence and also being very transparent about the data collection methodology used. We will also make an effort to display how this data is going to be used when it is shared between third party verification, especially to check credit score. And we will also publish the legal guidelines uh, to bring in the confidence uh, and also ensure the utility of this data is in determining appropriate loan terms. Finally, we will talk about communicating uncertainty. We will display the result of initial validation and eligibility of the user's application. We will also provide explanation about the success as well as failure and maintain the transparency so that it is fair on for the user about the decision made. We'll also provide any additional information that will support the failure in enrolling the user as bank customer so that it remains transparent. Next, we will address the most important requirement for privacy considerations. Since most of these or this application is launched in US and it is for the in the within the banking industry, it is very important to comply the US banking regulations which address privacy, disclosure, fraud prevention, anti money laundering, anti terrorism, anti usury lending, and the promotion of lending to lower income populations. We'll also publish the choice and consent to ensure users' privacy is maintained throughout. By this is done by displaying a pop-up window, which will give the user ability to accept or deny, in addition to enable data sharing. If the user allows data sharing, certain user information can be shared with the application team to help improve the AI model performance. If user denies data sharing, the application will use a heuristic based approach. Finally, we will address some of the requirements on from an ethical consideration standpoint. Here we do notice there are instances there bias can creep in, so we will build in appropriate measures to address some of the representation bias, which means that the amount of data for determining user eligibility for personal installment loan may be very different. Sometimes it may be underrepresented. So this is addressed through appropriate data augmentation as well as data cleaning. Next, we will also address the learning bias, which is uh, identified during modeling, and this could also amplify in the representation bias. So The way that we plan to address this is using appropriate hyperparameter tuning and model performance monitoring. Finally, when it comes to deployment, we will make sure that the uh, algorithms that are implemented compare user data to that of the training data set, so that the performance of the model, which can vary significantly in certain geographies or economic background or industry currently employment, is mitigated. So that's about it, in which we talk about in this project for the human AI collaboration. Thank you for listening in.